It's okay. It's the time that it's the liminal space between hitting stream and actually being live. I think I'm live now. Hopefully I am. What's going on, everyone? I'm Sam Lazarus, creative director for Rococo. Welcome to another Office Hours, and today, of course, we're going to be playing around with the new Rococo AI mocap tool, which is awesome. Rococo Vision. Rococo Video has been rebranded to Rococo Vision. What's going on, everyone? Can you use this with two people? I don't know. You can't use it with two people. You'd have to mask one of them out and then, like, do a video for each person probably, but you could do that. So you could do that. Howdy, what's going on, Terabyte Games? What's going on, everyone? Good to see y'all. Let me know if there's any problems with the audio or whatever. But yeah, you know, Rococo Vision's out in the wild, 2-camera AI mocap, which, you know, we're going to be playing around with today, of course. But if you didn't know, 2-camera really ups the game when it comes to AI motion capture, right? Because it allows you to, you know, we have a single camera service that's completely free and it remains free. And now I should also mention that the new dual camera is going to be a paid service, so you need a plus subscription. We have a 14-day free trial though, so go play around with it. But yeah, 2-camera, you know, the reason that it's a paid service is because the mocap really jumps up to, you know, it was usable and great with single camera, and it still is. For more complicated motions, it really struggles, which isn't, that's not a secret, you know? With 2 cameras, you have depth all of a sudden, right? You've got ground truth, better ground truth. You've got less occlusion. So really exciting, cool stuff. And man, I can't really see the comments, but this is AI. Yes, I don't know anything. Yes, this is AI, Rococo, our new AI motion capture system. So let me, so you can go and play around with it at rococo.com. Just go up to Capture Tools, go to Rococo Vision, and you know, you've got links to go test it out. And there we go. We just put out our video. And there's lots of social content going out. We got side-by-sides and breakdowns and stuff that's going to be happening. So really, really cool. But let's just get in. Let's start playing around with it. Things that we want to do today. We are going to be opening up. We're going to be opening up Rococo Vision. We're going to be trying to break it. We're going to be doing all sorts of different movements and see what we can come up with. Maybe try and get a little space scene, I was thinking. I think Starfield is releasing today, which is very fun, and that's a thing. So we could do a Starfield, Starfield-based scene. So phones and DSLRs, I'm using webcams. We have really good documentation for Rococo Vision, which you can find at rococo.com or at vision.rococo.com, which is what, you know, where Rococo Vision is. We go to vision.rococo.com. It's going to take us right here. But you can use iPhones. You could use a DSLR if you wanted. You just have to have it hooked up to your computer, and it has to be live, right? You need to capture from your computer. You can't upload pre-recorded videos that you've synced. That's coming. So you'll be able to, you know, then you can just take 2 iPhones, clap. You'll have to, you know, record yourself. You'll have to sync up the footage before you load it up, you know, in Premiere or in DaVinci or whatever. But then you load it up and it'll do the same thing, right? It's just not on launch. It should. EOS webcam utility. I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna depend, right? What you could do is, like, you could feed the EOS webcam into OBS and then do a virtual camera from OBS or something, or you could feed get NVIDIA Broadcast if you're using an NVIDIA PC, and you could feed the RS or the R5, not RS, R5 into NVIDIA Broadcast and then feed that in. It's going to be a little bit of a mixed bag. How much does Rococo Vision cost? Rococo Vision, you have to be on a plus plan, so you can find pricing out at rococo.com or in the description, I think, of the launch video. I forget what it is, so I don't want to say, but it's you need a plus subscription. it's like $200 or something a year, $240 a year, I think maybe. And then I think there's a monthly option, and we have a 14-day free trial. But, you know, without further ado, like, let's get into it. Let's make some motion capture. And it really has been working really well. So let's try and let's test it. Let's break it. Okay. Nice, Sasha. Put it in the chat because I hate $20 a month. There you go. $20 a month, and then there's probably an annual plan that cuts that down. Which, if you're a Rococo user of our other products, it really makes sense to be on a plus plan, although you don't have to be. Things we want to do today. We're playing around with Rococo Vision 2 camera, testing the limits of that. Then, at some point, I want to throw on some gloves and the new head rig, the new Rococo head rig. And I think that we can record full body performance capture with Rococo Vision 2 camera, my gloves, and the head rig. And that means that, the Smart Suit Pro 2, the Smart Suit, our mocap suit, is really great. And nothing's going to replace that. But I think that we could get full body, full performance, because Rococo Vision doesn't do finger, it doesn't do face. So we could add those on and kind of do a cobble together a full performance capture. So I want to do that too. Blender, we can open up Blender maybe today and take a look at this with Blender. But we have a Blender retargeting tutorial on our channel. It's great. It goes over the basics, especially if you're using a Mixamo character. It's really good. Okay, so let's go through and let's make some motion capture using Rococo Vision. So we went to vision.rococo.com. I'm going to kind of explain it from the ground up, right? We're going to go through the whole process. So vision.rococo.com, this is the landing page. This is where your prior animations are going to show up. You'll have to log in using your Rococo ID, which you can sign up for free. And then, this is going to be the landing page. So if we go to, we have documentation down here, down below, and then we've got camera guide and stuff like that. We'll have a rotating videos down here. But then if we go up to create, first of all, if we click this button in the top right, we get kind of our login information, our account information. We can change teams, stuff like that, documentation, blah, blah, blah. Create, we get these options, right? So we have still our single camera. You don't need to be on a plan. This is just free. It's great. It does a great job, and we can even play with this maybe, and we'll kind of test the difference because you can still get a really good result from single camera, but dual camera is where it's at, right? This is what we're here to play around with today. So we click on dual camera. If you don't have a plus plan, it'll ask you to do the 14-day free trial or sign up for the plus plan. And where's my calibration board? Here it is. So the first thing that we need to do is set up our cameras, and I'm actually gonna pull that down. Again, let me know if there's any issues with audio or weirdness. But what I've got set up here is I've got 2 webcams set up, 2 Logitech webcams, and these models are about $60, I think, but I've used $30 ones, so you don't need a lot of expensive equipment, right? And again, if you're on a Mac laptop, you've got a camera built into the laptop, and then you use your iPhone or whatever, right? And you've got 2 cameras. Or you could use more expensive cameras, and you will get the best results like using 4K 60 cameras. If you can get a 4K 60 feed into Rococo Vision, it will be better results. And that's because the video quality is better. There's less blurriness on the waving, right, of your hand. If it's a higher frame rate, it's going to pick up more of that. This is not going to be for real time. This will require processing. So no real time for this. Not a real time thing. You can stream recorded assets from Rococo Studio into Unreal. You just can't do it in real time. So no. So I've got my 2 cameras, and because I'm using webcams wired into my computer, I also got a USB extender cable, right? Because again, if we go back to the home page, let's go back to the home, and we see the setup guide here. this is kind of what we're looking for, right? So it doesn't have to be quite 90 degrees. We're not going to be doing 90 degrees today. But as wide as you can go, up to 180 degrees is great, because what you're also adding with 2 cameras is it's not only no occlusion issues in depth. AI mocap, in a large part, at least ours, works when the cameras can identify your face. And then it does a lot of work from that, knowing your face's orientation and where your face is, it can do a lot of other stuff. So having the cameras be positioned in such a way that it's never going to lose track of your face is going to be the best results. Now today we're going to be spinning around. They're not going to be seeing my face, and it's going to be fine. But the more that they can, the better it will be, right? So USB extender cable means I can extend out, because these are not fisheye cameras. You can't use fisheye cameras, which means you need a bigger capture space, right? And this is why different mocap tools are always, there's no one tool that solves everything, right? The Smart Suit Pro 2, you have to put on a suit. So you have to put on a suit. This is suitless. So that's great. This needs a lot of space. Smart Suit Pro 2 you just have as much space as, it doesn't need any space at all. It can be in as little space as you need. There's different things that all these tools solve, right? And that's true across all of our different tools. It's true across all the different motion capture companies. It's really, there's no one solution, right? So this is a new solution. It's affordable. It doesn't require a ton of equipment. It's pretty quick and easy to do. You can use it in lots of different scenarios. So this is solving a lot of those. Got a question. What the specs should look like for the webcam for Rokoko Vision? You should check our, sorry, that's for the camera moving around. You should check the documentation. It's all in the documentation. Again, if you go to vision.rococo.com, it's all free. You just need a login with a free ID. You can get to the documentation, and it'll tell you, I wouldn't go below, it's like a 720 would be the lowest. You can get a 1080-30 webcam for like $20 now. So that's kind of the bottom. I wouldn't go below 1080. I don't think there'd be any need for it. Yes. There are some real-time processing for this sort of thing, but it's not very good. So it's kind of pointless in my opinion. Move.ai has a new very big enterprise level one, but again, it's kind of glitchy and it doesn't really make sense in my opinion. Okay, but we're gonna create some mocap. So again, I've got my 2 cameras. I've already got them plugged in, right? So in theory, we'll be good to go. I'm using Chrome. Doesn't work on Firefox. Works on Chrome, Safari. Doesn't work on the security one, Proton. No, it's Proton Mail, whatever. It's in the documentation for which browsers work, right? But Chrome and Safari they are both solid. They will both work. What webcams am I using? I'm using the Logitech. It's a 1080-30 Logitech. It's the C95 or something like that. It's like $65. I'm using 2 of those, but I've also used it with the C down a tier that's $30. And so I've also, and then again, if you're on Mac, the camera that's on your laptop works, or whatever on your screen. So this is the first thing we're gonna see, right? We got our 2 cameras set up. We can select cameras. Here's my EOS webcam utility, so it should work. Those are both the same one, so we want to select both cameras. I have already done a calibration with this setup, so I could reuse my calibration. We want to show the calibration though, so I'm going to uncheck that. You can also have your mics. I never use the audio, so I don't really care about that. And then, right, there are lines here to show how we can fit into, yeah, right, C920, I think that's right. Yeah, Ash. If it's 60-ish, $70, then that's right. Yes. Okay, but you can see these lines, right? I don't want my mic in. These allow me to figure out, if my body's gonna fit in, because we want our body to be in frame for the entire performance. So I can go check, right? So that looks pretty good. And yeah, you can see that it takes a little bit of space. So you need like a medium-sized room, right? Maybe iPhone flops. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be, and then sometimes like you'll start up your browser and the settings won't be right to access the cameras, right? You may need to reload the browser, change the settings to allow the browser to access the cameras, right? So that's a little bit of, and again, you can figure that out. I think that's pretty standard, right? Just Zoom can't access your camera, need to allow it. Same kind of thing. So we've done our cameras, got them set up, hit next. Now we're going to start calibration. So calibration requires, and there were links to this printout in the last page, but calibration requires you to do a printout. Yes, you actually have to print something out. I've tried this using an iPad and it worked fine. Just loading the PDF on an iPad. We can't recommend it because it might not work fine for everyone, especially if there's shininess on the glass and the environment is like, you're showing the iPad and there's glints and stuff. So we can't recommend that. That being said, I have done it, but printout, this is ideal. This is what we recommend. It's just a printout on a standard sized printer paper. The checkerboard on one side, and I mounted it to a piece of cardboard just with tape. And then this is our ground calibration QR code. So you do need these. So there's this setup process. You only have to do it once, right? Because it'll remember, but you do have to do it. But it's actually kind of fun because we did some fun little, like, it's like follow the, there's the prompts are kind of fun if we follow them. I really like that the devs had some fun with this. Follow the white rabbit, so cool. Boom. Go to the other one. Boom, easy. Now we have to do our ground calibration. So we're gonna turn it over to the other side. And you can see that there's this little arrow on here. And this is gonna be the front of our scene. This is Z forward, right? So maybe Z negative, but whatever. Depends on the program. But this is gonna be where our character is facing. So we'll hit start. Make sure that both cameras can see it. Probably not ideal that this carpet is here. Looks good, right? It's found the floor. So hit yes, boom. And we're done, that's it. So that's all the setup, and now we're ready to record. So let's record a little scene, and we'll try and break it, and we'll see what we can do. Any requests here? Okay, my ES utility is being recognized under Chrome. Okay, so there you go. See, this is also like we are jumping out. This is day one of release. There's gonna be so many bugs. We're gonna have hot fixes that'll come out tomorrow and the next day, like, right? As we test all these new setups, people have different cameras. People are using Sonys, people are using Canons, people are using different webcams, different browsers. So that'll build kind of as we the community tests all these different configurations essentially that we could never imagine. Okay, let's record. Gives me a countdown. Okay. Let's see. So we might do, and we'll probably do another recording while this is processing, but we'll see, you'll kind of see. You know what? Follow me. you'll kind of see, okay, so now we can review what we made, right? And we can do a couple things like renaming, looping. We can change the timeline length. We can pause it. We can go to the end, blah, blah, blah. But most importantly, what we can do is we can trim out bits that we don't want. And also maybe I'll talk about here for a second, environment, right? And what I'm wearing and everything. So you can see here, right? We have I've kind of taken this living room apart and created a little space, but the cameras are static, super important. Also, I'm wearing not white clothing and not black clothing. Not white clothing because that would blend in with the background, and not black clothing because AI has a tough time distinguishing when black clothing is rotating. And so I don't wear like black pants or black shirt ideally, especially if you're on a darker background, right? You want to stand out from your background. You want a lot of light. And you don't want a lot of movement. The cameras can't be moving at all, right? They have to be static, especially after the calibration. So all those things, this looks pretty good. Normally I'm just wearing socks, but I didn't move the rug. And so the rug is white. My socks are white. So I wore shoes, right? Shouldn't wear shoes inside, but I'm wearing shoes. And love what Rococo's doing with mocap. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah. Nice. I love what we're doing with mocap too. I thought you were like, what is Rococo showing for mocap from what my movements were? But I'm testing the boundaries of vision here. But we can crop out also the ending, right? Which is where I walked out of frame. We don't need that. Boom. Hit, turn into animation. And now it's going to process and it's going to think. And we're already uploaded. As soon as you make it to the screen where you can trim, you're uploaded. So at this point, we can navigate. We could shut this window, whatever. It's going to process. It usually takes around, this was a 30-second take, I think. So it should take anywhere from a minute and a half to maybe 3 minutes, something like that. As it begins to process, I do like this, that it's black and white and the colors comes in as it's processing. That's pretty cool. But you know what? In the meantime, let's go record something else, right? We can just keep going, keep recording. And again, that's one of the great things about, Vision is, and I can use previous camera calibrations next. We will have to still do a ground calibration. But yeah, it's great that you can just keep hopping in, keep doing things. And you could also just leave your ground calibration panel there. Maybe I'll just do that. Boop. Good to go. Okay, so now let's do, so one thing that's really cool, also, we'll see how it handles my dancing around, my jumping. In this one, we're going to turn around. So we're going to 360 spin, see how it handles that. And then we're also going to grab the stool behind me and kind of like float around on that. One thing that Rococo relies on for our suit is foot contact with the ground. That's a really important part of Rococo motion capture when it comes to the suit, right? Rococo Vision, you don't need foot contact with the ground. You can be floating, you can be swinging around on monkey bars, right? It does not matter, and that is awesome. So we're gonna play around with that too. So let's do it again. Let's go. Come see a 36-year-old break every bone in their body. Documented. How Does it handle the walking loop? Okay, we'll do some walking. Because walking is probably going to be good, but not amazing. I don't know. We'll see, actually. I haven't really set it up in a space large enough for me to do really continuous walking. What's going to get really interesting, I think, is in a couple weeks or however long it is. So we're going to see, because I go way out of, look, I'm out of frame, things are blocking me, so we're going to see what happens. But it's got the other camera. Oh, so cool. Turn into animation. But yeah, when you can upload your own pre-recorded content, I think then it's going to get even better, because you'll be able to go to spaces, you not have to bring your computer, not have to use webcams. I would prefer to use 2 iPhones, right? And then I could go out to the park and just do like a ton. Like there's a great spot like right in the park that's near here. And I could set up 2 cameras and just like, I could have this huge capture space, which is so cool. But yeah, some training for martial arts. But yes, and then it would handle walking and stuff too. And it should handle walking pretty well. So this is processing. It's doing the cool, ooh, look at that color go. It's color loading. Look, it's loading slowly. 5%. Okay, hold on. I wanna load it up to like 50% and see what it looks like, because it looks cool. And I'll keep rambling. But yeah, it should handle walking pretty well. And the other thing I was gonna say is that by default, when we're gonna look at a take in a second, it's gonna have. What's cool is you can download your mocap from the browser. So that is awesome. You don't need to go into Rococo Studio if you don't want to. You can just download the mocap and it's an FBX, straight up. Load it into Blender. Like, amazing. That's incredible. But you can open up Rococo Studio, open it up in there, right, where you can edit foot contacts and things like that, or you can turn off locomotion entirely. And that's what I've been doing for a lot of my takes, honestly. And what you lose, and locomotion is our filter that basically tells when your feet are in contact with the ground, locks your feet in place so they don't slide around, and so that they're on the ground, they don't clipping into it, right? But if you turn that off, you lose the foot contact stuff, but you get this really natural raw motion. And if you're not going to show feet intersecting with the pavement, like if your shot for your CG shot is a mid, like not showing the feet, if you can cheat a little bit and not show the feet, it's even better, because it is a very raw, it's just good. We'll take a look in a second. Look, the color is loading 50%. And look, 50% colorful, 50% black and white. Look, load more. Choop, choop, do it, go, choop. Let me see it. Come on, I'm not leaving till it jumps. 50%. Okay, now I'm gonna leave because I'm bored. Okay, I bet the other one's processed. Go home. Oh, 51%, just did it. Okay, no, look, it's done. Okay, our first one, let's check it out. Let's see. This is live, so maybe it'll look terrible. Oh no, it doesn't look terrible. It looks really good. Oh, awesome. So this looks great. And of course, I think if you were seeing this for the first time and you were like, oh my God, he was just saying that this is the most amazing motion capture ever. Well, A, I think this is pretty good. But B, it's very good motion capture. Again, this is, there are trade-offs. It's not going to be perfect. But what you'll notice, as opposed to single camera capture, this character is in the right spot. Like, there's no drifting. It's picking up all the movements. It just looks really great. And this could very easily be used for some custom mocap. I think that would be great. And boom, like, look at that. And what we're going to do now is we're going to jump into Rococo Studio, and I'll show you that it looks even better, in my opinion, when you turn off locomotion. So we'll check out what the difference is there. So, but look at this as well. Download button. Look, it just downloaded. Bing, bong. FBX, downloaded from browser. Never needed to go into another program. I love it. Oh, that's so awesome. Okay, well, let's open up Rococo Studio while the other one processes. and load it up and kind of check out the mocap with locomotion on and off. This is still processing. And this is, again, you know, this is one of the great things. So here's Rococo Vision. So I'm logged in on the same account, right, that we logged in on to record our mocap. As if I'm logged in the same account in Rococo Studio, I'm going to get this new project called Rococo Vision. I'm going to open this up, and it's going to have any of my takes are going to be in here. So this is going to keep adding mocap to this project as it continues going. You can see I have 2 takes in here. One is an earlier one, but this is ours. This is the second take in there. So look at this. I think also, like, I don't know, it kind of just looks better in Rococo Studio regardless. That looks really good. And, you know, fight anyone who says otherwise. So, and again, so we do have, we can edit some foot contacts. You can see right here that, like, here's one. It thinks that my foot, after I did my jump, well, maybe I did come up. But if we thought that our foot didn't come up again, we could eliminate that, and now my foot lands. I think it was actually too early. See, refresh scene. So it just finished processing the other take mid-scene. And now we can refresh the scene, and it's going to add in the new take. See, here's 3 now. Oh, so cool. Does it all live. But yeah, it still has our edit. So this looks good. But let's turn, and you can see down here, this is what I mean by locomotion. So this is tracking, and you can see we have foot locks turned on so we can visualize it in the scene. This is every time our feet is steady on the ground. And you can see that they're on the ground, they're not moving. Like, this is great if I need that. Now, I don't really need that, because let's say I'm gonna frame out the feet. And now we just get the raw mocap. And in my opinion, this gives you a crazy realistic, that looks so good. And you know, the feet are floating, but look at how, look at that. Oh, I'm so impressed with this. I think they did such a great job. I'm very impressed. And of course, if we're in Rococo Studio, we can load in a character. We gotta load in that character, yo. Oh. Do I have my Foxtrot? I need my creative assets. I need my models. And then I need my Uno. Well, yeah, cyberpunk sci-fi. And then I was going to use the cyberpunk street girl. Mixamo rigged. So this is just a character I auto rigged on Mixamo. You know, it's in a T-pose, and if you have a character that follows these requirements, so it needs to be in a T-pose, needs to be an Unreal Mannequin, or a Mixamo, or accurate Human IK skeleton, which is Mixamo, you can load the character into Rococo Studio, and then we can preview. So with her, we can move her. Say let's just move her down a little. And look at that. Oh man, I mean, come on. That's just jumping for joy. That's straight out the box. Come on. Oh, it looks so good. We got chat things. My computer's so far away. Okay, can use gloves simultaneously. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to be doing that next. Okay. Smooth. I really want to do this to Destiny models. Nice. Keyframing a chair. Okay, hold on. Sorry, I missed a couple comments here, and the computer's far away from me today. Does Vision support multiple people? Oh my gosh. Ash, I wonder if that's a silly little Ash. Okay, so does it support multiple people? No, it doesn't currently. What you could do if you had multiple people in a scene, as long as they didn't cross over each other, you could crop out, right, one person or mask out one person, just process the video twice. But you would have to do that after we add the ability to upload synced video, right, which we currently don't do. So no, not right now. Yes, it is really good for video, in my opinion. I think it's just fantastic. It's well worth it. Does not have finger tracking. But as somebody said below it, can we do it with finger tracking and get full performance? Not only finger tracking, because the gloves are going to give me hand tracking too. So we're going to try and do that, I think, next. And also face. We're going to try and do full performance capture with this model. Actually, it's rigged for face capture, and try and get something full. Okay, really good tool. Can you connect an Android and an iPhone? Nope, that would totally work. We have guides for connecting Androids and iPhones to your computer. There's different programs that make it work. So you can do that. We've tested it. It works. Really good tool, blah, blah, blah. This works with pets. Doesn't work with pets. Only works with humans. If you had a pet in the shot, it would probably be bad. The videos are tempting. When we go to use the tool, we get nothing. I've tried several times and can't do anything. I would read the documentation. I'm sorry you're having that experience. Ali Millie? I'm sorry, it's so far away. I can't read the names properly. Sorry you're having that experience. There's required browsers you have to be in. Some webcams won't work. We have recommended stuff all in the documentation, so I'd check that to start. And it should be working. If it's not, I'd reach out to support. But it's also day one. You know, the servers are dealing with what the servers are dealing with. I bet there could be an outage at some point on the first day. It would make sense. How about wearing glasses? Gonna be fine wearing glasses. Doesn't matter as long as it's got the rest of your face. You know, if you were wearing a balaclava, that would not be good. You want a human face. So you want eyes, which you can see with glasses. You want a mouth. AI is good at tracking where human faces are. You want human face. How to question, late to the stream. Bubbles, what's going on? How big does the room need to be? How much space do I need? So you need a medium-sized space. You know, you need like, I don't know, it's in the, there's like an official number that we have, I think. We go to the guide for the capture area. So again, you know, if you have 2 meters, if you have this, you have a 4 meter capture area. But you need a medium-sized room. And this is one of the not downfalls, but this is one of the trade-offs with AI vision, AI mocap, right? Because it can't be wide angle. It really needs to be linear. And so that means you need room, right? So it's more affordable, you need more room. So it's like these are the trade-offs, right? That's how it works. This is so sick. Love Rococo, and what's happening with AI? Thank you, we love you back. Dude 4. Nice, okay, cool. So yeah, looking pretty good. So let's check out, actually, I want to check out that other recording we did. Remember when we did the recording, this one? And we can view it in here. Oh man, it looks so, look at this, spinning around. And look at that. So I'm syncing a little bit because again, I think locomotion is turned on by default. Okay, look at that. I did not like that. And like, that's to be expected, right? There's gonna be things that like can't handle. Partially because I jump out of the frame, you can see. And there's like the stool blocks me. So I think I'm gonna try that again. I wanna see if we can get that again. But let's go into Rococo Studio. And remember, it updated automatically when it finished processing into this scene. It'll dump all of our new takes into this scene. Here it is. And look, you can see this is the spot where it thinks that I was off on the stool, which I was. So this all looks great. This all looks great, blah, 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 right? Yeah, looks nice. Let's turn off that locomotion. And again, I'm not advocating to always turn off locomotion because I think it's a really great differentiator that we have as well. I just get really clean mocap when it's off, and I would rather deal with framing out the feet than going and fixing my foot contact. So it did not like my feet in this. Maybe my feet were not moving around as much, but it did not like that. So that's interesting. Maybe I should change the angle when I'm doing that, because it should really handle that just fine. Let's add in, oh, I still got my street girl. Right, I forgot I can add her to multiple people. Like this looks, if you're doing a little Karate Kid video, come on. Looks pretty good, man. So there probably won't be a tutorial iNoctane on how to set up 2 phones, but we have a tutorial. We have it in the documentation, really laid out very well. So in the documentation, there's like an iPhone setup area, iPhone calibration setup area. Let's go look at it. Let's go check it out. But it's pretty easy. You need so quick start guide, where is it? Supported cameras. Camera using an iPhone. So this is using continuity through Apple. So this is for Apple. So I don't know if we have one. And then for the Android, it's Droid Cam. But there's a way to do it on PC too. You just need to get one of those programs that'll let you kind of do it, right? And it will work. We've tried it. That being said, you know, I would just get 2 $30 webcams maybe. You know, it's just easier to have it be dedicated. I use a Huawei currently. That's cool, man. Huawei phones. There's a Huawei Mate, I think. What was the dual screen Huawei phone? Looks really cool. I don't know, but if you can figure out a way to stream your phone in, right, it'll use that. So lots of, I'm sure there's a solution for Huawei, and hopefully we'll add it. I don't know if we will, but yeah, very cool. I wonder if I can use this in real time. Can't use it in real time. Can't use it in real time, Bubbles. Unfortunately, it's only recorded. Yeah, it's just kind of the limitation that it has right now. I could make a video. I couldn't make a video. I also have a Connect old one, but now. Yeah, I don't know if you can use Connect. That's interesting. But yeah, you do need, this is a paid service, right? So you do need to be on the Plus subscription. We have a 14-day free trial. Maybe if you've already used it, you won't be able to use it for this. But yeah, and that's just again because you know, it's a real jump up mocap wise for what you're getting, and that's you know. That's the way it goes. It's a product. But we have the free one. We have the free one, and you can still do single camera. And single camera is great. Let's do a single camera. Single camera, record. I haven't done one of these in a little while. Actually, I did do a test of this recently, and it was the same kind of thing. I just made sure to turn off locomotion, and like it looked really good. Let's do a single camera. So this is completely free. Boom. Okay, we'll see how that shakes out, but it'll look pretty good. It'll look pretty good. That locomotion turn off trick is pretty good. Now, will it be anywhere near as good as dual camera? No, it won't. That's why it could, you know, I think that this really does serve a niche in the market. Amp Anthony, what's going on? I was asked before. No, not at all. Would you compare the mocap quality between Rococo Vision and the Rococo Suit? Rococo Suit is way better. It just is. I mean, there's a lot of you need to put on a suit, so that's a negative against it, right? It's not markerless, it's not suitless. You need to put on a suit. It doesn't. You need to have your feet on the ground, kind of. But the suit is way better, and the suit is, because the suit is like the suit will be your motion, right? The suit is really good, and the suit has only gotten better in the last year. We've actually added some firmware updates to the suit in the last year that have just made it just so great. It's never been as good as it is right now, and it was good before. I was a customer before I started working for Rococo, and I always liked the product even before I started working, but now it is much better even. So it's the suit is way better. That's why this costs $240 a year and the suit costs $22,000, or whatever it is, something like that. It's because it's better quality. You need less space. It's great. The suit's great. I love the suit. But this also does some things that honestly the suit might not handle as well. Like thinking specifically, if you had an acrobat, if you had a like somebody who was on the bars, or a break dancer even, maybe, like this might handle that better. So it depends, right? This is more budget, but this is also like, it is so, now it's gotten so good with the 2 camera that it's really usable for like hero characters. You could use them for hero shots, which I always thought you can do with Rococo Vision or Rococo Vision 1 cam, which is what we're doing right now. But it's, it's not going to look as nice. It's just not going to look as nice. So the 2 cam is worth it. How would you compare Rococo video to the Smart 2 Pro? Smart 2 Pro way better. Nice. And so, yeah, I would get the gloves regardless. The gloves are amazing. And again, we're going to whip out the gloves in a second. What is this hanging? Let's refresh this. Sometimes it'll hang and then, did it delete my thing? What happened here? Let's do another one. Let's see. I don't know what happened. Like that. But yeah, the Coil Pro, which is actually sitting right back there. Oh, there's a Coil Pro right back there. This might be because I'm streaming or too. Something weird is going on here. But yeah, the Coil Pro will make the suit even more accurate, right? It gives absolute positioning to the hands. I do think the Coil Pro is like not a necessary thing. Again, we've had a lot of comments about the Coil Pro as it's come out. People being like, this is what, like, oh, you're selling us something that just makes the suit do what it should have done already. Like, that's bullshit. That's not what the situation is here. The Coil Pro is really, I think it's kind of niche. I mean, if you have the money, then great. Like, it will make your mocap better. It's not, you don't really need it, though, but the suit is so good already and is only getting better. It's more like if you have to have it be perfect, because again, even with motion capture, let's say your motion capture is absolutely perfect. This is crazy. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. We're not going to do this. But even if your mocap is absolutely perfect, right, which the Coil is going to get you close to, it's going to be like millimeter. It's going to be really good mocap. Your hands are going to be right in the right spot, all that. You still have to retarget it to a character with different proportions than you, which means you're still going to have to do mocap editing, right? Usually, like, you're still going to have to do mocap editing. So it's like, if you need it to be really accurate in real time, then the Coil is like great and it solves a lot of problems. If you have the money and you just want better mocap, great. Coil's for you. Is it necessary, and does it like, do you need it? No, not at all. And I'm not going to use it most of the time. Like, I like putting on my smart suit. The thing I love the most about the smart suit is I don't have to mess with like extra shit. I just put it in, plug it in, like go, record, right? The coil, I don't want to plug, if I don't have, I don't need to for most of the time, so I'm not going to use it. If I need to have something where I'm clapping, I don't want to fix it, or it's like for VTubers, I think it's like perfect for like live performance. I think it's perfect, or for just better mocap. But no, it does not track the fingers. So we are going to try and do a full performance capture using, we're going to try and do everything. So I think actually let's try and do it right now. Let's go for it. Okay. So that means that we need to go and we're going to create a new project here, because we're going to be recording our hands and face into Rococo Studio while we record our body into Rococo Vision. And we're going to see if that works at all. RKV full performance. Woo! RKV F performance FPC 001. Create. Okay, so what we're going to do, any prop motion capture for the Coil Pro from Terabyte Games. Yes. Do you think hands will be tracked in the future? Hopefully hands will be tracked in the future. Eye Nocturne. That's the goal. And face too, right? That's the goal. That would be great. Not in the near future though, because it's tough. It's tough because you don't want to do it if it's not going to be super reliable. It'd be easier to integrate the hands, I think, in a better way. Our gloves, right? Because the gloves are great. Any plans on allowing prop stuff for the Coil Pro? Yes. We are going to have individual prop trackers that will come out that eventually that will be EMF receivers that you'll be able to put on a prop and it will track the prop in absolute space. So the gloves don't work with Vision natively, but they kind of do, because the gloves will record all of our hand and finger movement. So all of this and this. The Rococo Vision doesn't do that, but Rococo Vision and our glove recording that will be bodiless will be given to us in a T-pose. So we can retarget them separately onto the same character and get full performance capture. And we can even do that with our head cam too. So I've got, let's go, buddy. You gonna follow me? Yes. Follow me, Insta360. Insta-link. So I've got my glovies here, and I'm going to plug them in. I'm not wearing a suit, right? And they're gonna look super duper weird, because unlike with the Coil, these gloves, the great thing about the Coil is it gives your gloves absolute position, right? And I'm gonna do this actually. It gives your gloves absolute position, which means they actually know where they are in space. These gloves don't. They're just inertial, which means they don't actually know where they are in space, but they do know how they're rotating locally, right? Absolute position versus local position. So they know their local position, but they don't know where they are in space, and so it's gonna look not right when I'm moving around and using them, and you'll kind of see what I mean in a second. Choop. Just string these through my shirt sleeve so I have a little bit less crazy wire swing. So as you can see, look, we had a glove come on. Hopefully it's gonna work. I don't know, this also, my gloves were being a little bit weird. So yeah, input device, nothing to see. So that's incorrect. We might have to try and, so I think, yeah. I think I have the Coil firmware on here, which means they're not gonna work. And I don't know where my other gloves are. Bother. So I don't think we can do this. But maybe we'll do it another time. Bother pants. Okay. Let's see here. What time is it? Pretty good. Okay, so let's just do a couple more recordings and, you know, we could do the face capture. But that's a bummer. I want my fingies. I really wanted my fingies. We could load up the dev version and use it with the coil, but I don't want to do that. Yes, that is what happens. I mean, yes. I knew it when I tested it earlier and they like went on, but they didn't work exactly right. So let's just record some more. You know, some more cool Rococo Vision 2 cam mocap and see what we can do. Okay, so let's okay, hold on. Okay. Let's get some what motions do we want to see from the chat? What do we got here? I think we'll do some jumping, we'll do some spinning, maybe some jumping jacks, karate kicks. You know, what else though? What else? See what I can handle. Shoot some suggestions into the chat. Somersault? Should I try a somersault? Should I see if I can break my body? Let's try a somersault. That might not look good. We'll see. Crawling. Let's try crawling. That might not look good. Let's see. Rolling. That won't look good. I'm not going to try that. I'm going to try somersault. Yeah, it's coil firmware for testing. Yeah. It's like on a dev, you know, whole system right now still because we're still figuring out a power spell. Does that say power spell? Touch head, shoulders, knees, and toes. That's a good one. We'll do that. A power spell. Okay. Yeah, we'll do a power spell. Do a power spell. Jumping, spinning, crawling, somersault. See what it can do. 2 camera. See if I can break myself. Okay, I'll make myself smaller. Okay, let's try it. Let's do it. Let's go for it. Next. So we're already calibrated, right? Boom. We can remember, reuse previous settings. Easy peasy. Bada boom. We need our calibration, floor calibration, which, there we go. Ooh. Get that out of there. Yes. Calibrated. Okay. Okay, we're gonna crawl that way. Okay, let's do it. Here we go. Okay, and somersault, here we go. There's no way it's gonna deal with that well. Oh, 36 just doesn't hit. Hits hard. Hits differently. Yes. Yeah. Well, the sofa is... I had to kind of redo this whole room. Boom. Uploaded. Looking good. So I already know I don't think it's going to deal with some of this stuff well. But who knows? Let's go trim it. Let's play through it. What do we get? Power spell. Power spell. Karate kicks. So this is going to be super interesting. I don't know. I think it's going to pick up some bits of it okay. Maybe, I don't know. I just go out of frame so much. that might, I don't know. We'll see. That might look good. Turn into animation. So this is a little bit of a longer, I try to go to the gym. Thanks, Mossy. Yeah. Okay. Go to the gym. Hey, Rococo, I'm waiting for the release of dual camera after your announcement. It looks great. It's out. It's released. It will look better the nicer the camera. Now, I have used a $30 webcam and it's fine. Like but for 30 FPS and it's bad quality camera, maybe that's probably fine though. Just use it, do it in a bright room, right? You do it in a dark room, you're going to get so much blur on your movements. So, it totally, I think a $30 webcam, you're going to be like fine most of the time. If you have a kung fu master come in doing, moving their arm at speeds that can't be seen, like, no, it's not going to do fine. Like, it's going to do worse, right? So, but no, it should be fine. If the light is semi-dim in your living room, you might not get the best results. Yeah. Because, light, the AI mocap stuff, it relies so much on each frame, it being able to tell where your limbs are, right? And if your limb is a big blur for one frame, I mean, this is 30 FPS and it's fine. Everything we've been doing is 30 FPS 1080. How much? I believe it's $240 for an annual subscription, because you need to be on a plan. You need to be on a paid plan to get access for 2 camera, but you can go play around with single camera completely for free, unlimited. Yeah, iPhone should be pretty good. Okay, well, this is still processing. Let's jump back, and again, remember, if we go into Rococo Studio, let's go back. I want to go back to my, Rococo Vision. Oh, so bummed about my thingies. I think next week we might do that. I don't know. Next week we might be playing with the coil. We got a video coming out on the coil tomorrow, maybe, which is a lot of stuff. We got a lot of stuff going on. But one thing that's really exciting, I find, is that we're getting to a point where you're going to be able to just kind of pick and choose what your configuration, what you want your configuration to be. We're starting to have a bunch of different mocap tools that all serve different communities, different use cases, different workflows. And so, again, like I was saying, like if you can only purchase gloves and a head rig, well, you can still do full performance motion capture using Vision 2 Cam, right? You just kind of got to jury rig the body and the hands together when you're retargeting, but you can do it all, which is really cool, because it means that you don't necessarily need to get a suit, and I think also with the coil, maybe you just need gloves and for the coil, because you're a VTuber and you're going to be using IK system, and you just need to know where the hands are and have a head cam, and that's it. But then one day you do need to capture some full performance motion capture. We'll hop into Vision, like capture it there. You didn't need a suit. Maybe you make mocap every week, every day, and you need to make some sweet mocap and have something really reliable and really robust and something that looks really good. Like, get a suit, So you're gonna kind of be able to pick and choose what you need, and that's a really cool place to be, I think. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I just wanted to oh, look at that. I'm so excited to clip that. That is like, that looks like that I think there's a lot of moments when you start approaching mocap that's as good as the suit. For something like this, where you don't even need hand movement really, right? Like, that's perfect. That's a GIF right there, man. That's like, take that home. That's AAA. Get your Destiny character on there. That's a background of a... Are you kidding me? One shot. Like, do you know how much a pain in the butt animating that would be for me? It looks really good. And let's not forget that when you've got characters retargeted in Rococo Studio, we can always go in and... Ooh, we got clipping on the arms. You can see right here. You want to fix that? Maybe we gotta change the... Okay, well, it's not gonna fix it in this case, but you can... I love that you can do this editing now in here. This is so freaking cool. And I love that you can do the shoulders height, because that's often a problem with characters. She might even need... Yeah, see, -9. See, I brought it down a little bit. Oh, actually up, but... Now it looks even better, and we can export out on this character. So awesome. Processing. 93%, baby. Okay, so we're gonna see how it handles all this. This should be interesting. Processing 100. So it does, this processing number can be a little bit fickle, I've noticed. So just, if it says processing 100, it doesn't snap into it. Like, sometimes it takes a second after it processes. It can take a few minutes even. I don't want to receive... Oh yeah, and then it will email you every time it's ready. So I uncheck that. I don't really want that. Processing. It's gonna say, hey, we've got a new thing. See, there's 3 mocap takes right here, right? And then as soon as it finishes processing, it's gonna be like, we got a little update for you. Dude 4, I've had worse results with Move.ai with 4 cameras. Yeah, I think the results are really good. I think inevitably everything AI mocap gets compared to Move.ai, and that's because they do have some really amazing results. Like, I really don't like knocking another company's mocap, because I just think that it really depends on the situation. Like, for some workflows, they're going to be so much better for you than us. But that being said, I think that we get a great result with this 2 camera, and it's really cheap. It's unlimited. It's like pretty good. I'm just so impressed with what our team has been able to do. Okay, question. Sorry if I asked it. It is. Yeah, 90 degree will be better, right? You're trying to, with the separation of the cameras, you're trying essentially to make it so that oh, it finished. Make it so that one camera is always going to be able to see what's happening, right? So ideally, like 150 degrees is kind of what my ideal would be. Not 180. But Like actually 140, 130, because I want two cameras. I want them to be kind of, I don't know. I don't want them to be like 180. So that's what I'm kind of focused on. Okay, let's see how this looks. I bet it's not going to look super good in here, but we'll see in studio. Okay, looking good. Like this is all. Oh, the power spell looks sick. You know, got my karate kicks. Come on, always does good on the karate kicks. Wow, okay. Interesting. Doesn't like the crawling. It's okay. Maybe if we turn off locomotion, there'll be a massive difference. I want to see the somersault. Oh my gosh, it almost worked. And I bet, okay, so now let's open this up. Yeah, sync that. No, wait. Sync that data, baby. Sync that scene data. Show me. Swimming animations. The crawling's not bad, but it doesn't look great. And that's okay because this isn't the ideal setup for it. Again, I was being blocked a little bit. I might like angle the cameras differently. And I might just like do another take. But let's open it up. You know I gotta put it on my character right here. Hey. Hey. Yes. Okay. Okay, so again, this is locomotion on, right? Like, looks good. That looks really good. Locomotion off. I mean, this looks so much better in my opinion, you know. Karate kick looking sick. Okay, so no, does not look better. Locomotion off. Still looks bad and weird. Crawling looks okay. We could try it again. Oh, but the somersault looks pretty good almost. And then there's some weirdness where my body turns around. But also, like, I think I'm kind of not in the best capture area for this. But it looks okay. And again, I might expect some of this jankiness, you know, because that's it's AI mocap. Kind of comes with the territory. This looks great. Boom, karate kick. Jumping jacks. Pop. So you can't do finger or facial motion capture. It's not going to pick up facial or finger mocap. But what you can do is you could combine it with recording simultaneously finger and hand mocap in Rococo Studio, right? And then you could combine them in post, which I wanted to try out today, but I did not. We couldn't do it. But yeah, you know, looking good. I think we're gonna kind of call the stream right here. This was super fun. Render out a little power spell. I can do another recording. I would do one more if there's things that people really want to see. But other than that, I think we're going to call it for today. Everything looking good. Again, there's a 14-day free trial, so you can go play around with this yourself right now. Don't cost a thing. Yeah, and that's the best way whenever it comes to anything CG. You got to test it on your own because you never know if it's going to work for you. Yeah, you can't use the gloves in iPhone. Like, it's not all. I want to get us to a point where you can trigger everything simultaneously from Studio, and I think we will. Where you won't be on the browser, You know, right now it's really nice to be able to go into the browser and use Rococo Vision, I think, because you can do it anywhere, right? It's actually really cool. But I would also want the option to be able to open it up in Rococo Studio with your gloves. You'd still have to record them separately, right? Because AI has a processing component. It's not real time, at least ours isn't. And better AI mocap is not real time yet. You know, Moves is not real time. They have a real time offering, but it's not very good. Yeah, I could try sitting. That'd be a good one. Let's try sitting. But what you could do is record them simultaneously, and then even it could add it to the character for you. Like, I think that we will get there. So, and that'll just be another trick in the old Rococo ecosystem. Okay, let's try sitting. Let's try a little sitting. Let's go through it one more time. Let's do a little sitting. Remember, calibration is already going to be good to go from the last times. So reuse previous calibration settings because I haven't moved my cameras. We do need to do a ground calibration every time. So I'm going to go. Got my ground cali right there. Yes. Oh yeah, head. We'll do some head touching too. Okay, here we go. Let's try it. Okay, boom. Neighborhood dog's going crazy. Bocce, you want to come in? Here. Come on in, Bocce. Bocce will sit and help us edit this one. Come on, Bocce. Come on. Come here. Come here. Oh. Okay. We got a dog helper. We got a puppy helper. Okay, this looks good. We're just gonna hit turn into animation. What do you think, pup? Let's go back into Rococo Studio. Again, I want to look at some of these early ones. Ugh, looks so good. Looks so good. Again, I'm turning locomotion off. You do not have to do that. I just like to. Ooh. It looks pretty darn good. Whoa. We got a dog. We got a cute pup. Lick and lick lick. Bocce, what do you have to say? Anything? You want to do ASMR for the audience? Here, do a lick on the mic. There you go. Good ASMR. Woo! Oh, she likes to lick. Yes, so plans to upload 2 video files is coming. You're just gonna have to probably pre-sync them. So you'll have to go into Premiere and like clap sync them. You know, because you'll have to upload 2 videos that are the same exact length, I think. Look. Are you a mocap dog? Are you a mocap dog? Are you in shock? Are you in shock being on screen? We're waiting for it to process, honey. Yeah. Okay, down you go. Okay, so we're going to wait for this to process, and then I think we're going to call it, but I'm very curious to see how the sitting looked. But this just looks so good, I think. Look at that. And we can even make our mocap visible. It's interesting. I don't know why they're like that. Oh. There we go. Still says Rococo video. Got to fix that, obviously. That slipped through the cracks somehow. But man, this is just looking so good. Okay, okay. Oh. I'm on a very different time zone. Sorry I'm late. Of course not. Does this do hand capture? No, it does not. It does not do hand capture. It does not do finger capture. Just one of the limitations. I think the reason is because we could not get it stable enough every time. We didn't want it ruining otherwise good mocap takes. Just another limitation of the system, you know? And again, that's why every tool is good for every certain circumstances, right? No tool is good for everything. And yeah. So no, it does not. Not yet. Will we ever see the combination of the suit with the suit? That's an interesting idea. You mean combine the AI video motion capture with the suit? No, probably not. Now, we are working on things like a physics filter for your mocap that would be like a cascader-esque filter that would go over your mocap. It would give physical properties to all your limbs. It would make sure that there was nothing that was physically impossible, such as colliding, intersecting limbs. So, and we are thinking about adding like, you know, text to mocap, AI, and all these things. Or like you record a mocap take and you want to use AI to change it. Hey, they get injured halfway through the take, like shot in the right shoulder, right? That's all stuff we're working on. It does work okay, especially with ours, which is very Toby asking if it works okay while wearing these. Yeah, it does. You just want to make sure that it's some of them block more of your face. We didn't get to test this out today, but yeah, it should. And I'm excited to play around with recording facial motion capture while also getting my body mocap from the dual cam. But yeah, physics filter, really cool. Really cool stuff. And, you know, just kind of I think a good example of how we are trying to, you know, we're trying to do a little bit of everything in the mocap world. We got our suit's great, super reliable, only getting better. We got a little bit of AI mocap, it's great. You know, we got our head rig, which is completely independent of it just holds an iPhone, then you can use it with Unreal. You don't have to use it with our tech at all. It's an iPhone holder. You know, so trying to fit into all these niches for mocap and have some offering for all of them is I think the goal, and I think we're getting a lot closer. You know, again, we have a free single camera AI mocap solution. Like you can play around with that for free right now, unlimited. Yeah, I have an iPhone 13 mini that I use for facial motion capture. It is great for that. An iPhone 12 mini is even better because it's even lighter. So that, and they're really cheap. You can get them, I mean, it's all relative, it's expensive, but it's pretty cheap now for an iPhone 12. So I think you can get one for like $200 maybe. It's expensive, but you know, it could be nice. It's nice to have it be a little bit lighter. We will have an Android solution at some point in the future. Still working really hard on that. It's just a really tricky nut to crack. And that will be a version of the head cam here that has a pre-built-in high-def camera that's super lightweight that'll sit at the end, and it'll plug into your Android phone. So this was touching. So let's see how this did. Clapping, pretty good. Touching head, not so good. Touching hips, okay. That's good. Possibly an actor limb issue. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm in the chair. Oh, legit. Looks so good. See, this is an instance where you would definitely want to use the foot locks, right? Because it means that you're going to be locked into position right there. So the chair looks amazing. Oh, yeah. Yep, got to go with the 13 then, because this thing is so awesome for MetaHuman Animator. Oh, my God. Do I have... I don't think I have it on here, but man, I've been getting crazy results with MetaHuman Animator. Let me detach this. I want to show this off. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. I just gotta go because I gotta go over my Slack, which I don't want to give any goodies away. Don't want to give any of those company secret goodies away. Oh, here it is. Block our comments here. But this is just looking so good. Ooh, I didn't see that, Toby. That's good to know. But it just, like, this was raw, right? This is not me editing any of the body mocap or anything. But you can just get some unbelievable results using this thing. I just absolutely love this. Pre-order one of these. They're so great. Rococo head rig. Ugh. Look at it. Look at it. Perfect tracking. I'm jumping. I can like count to 10. Look, it's perfect. Perfect. Oh. Okay. Who knows what I just gave what? Okay, cool. Well, I think we're going to call it right there, everyone. This was a lot of fun. Thanks for sticking around. You know, we'll be making more videos, and we got more live streams and lots more stuff happening soon. Coil stuff, and yeah. So I'm going to cruise it. Thanks for sticking around, everyone, again, and go play with Rococo Vision. It is awesome. You can really get some good stuff out of it. So cool. Okay. See ya, everyone. See you next week. Peace.